to my channel. This is my first session of the day. First hand of first session. Playing 50 cent and $1 top limit Omaha. And you know, if you got a drink, if you don't have a drink, go ahead and pause this video and go and grab a drink if you do wish. I got some coffee right here. I'm going to be enjoying it as I play. Here I'm just going to fold. If I had the backdoor flush draw, I'd call. Runner, spade draw. But a pair and a gut shot is just not enough. So I'm just going to fold that hand too. Kind of get a feel for how these guys are playing before I get too crazy. By the way, this coffee is delicious and it is ridiculously strong. So hopefully you've got a drink. You're enjoying a drink here with me, maybe even coffee. Looks like you got some action. Bend the fold. That in? Meh. Not yet. Not until I get a feel for how these dudes are playing. I'm not really going to get too crazy, especially with a hand like that. They're really, you know, the good flops that you can see are more limited. Alright, we have a check raise all in. One has aces, one guy has a set of deuces. A king or an ace would have won it on the river for Gray Day. King would have counterfeited the trip twos because there were 3 kings on the board. In case you're new to Omaha, you have to use 2 from your hand and 3 down. So say if the board comes down ace, king, queen, jack of spades, and 2 of hearts, that's the board, and you have the 10 of spades, you do not have the royal flush, because you have to use 2 cards from your hand and 3 down. So you can only use the ace, king, and queen of spades. Just to get you caught up, a little bit of information on top limit Omaha. It's kind of it's not really new, but it's newer than Texas Hold'em. I personally enjoy it more, or have been lately, because it's just a lot more action. And a hand like this, that is a great hand. A Jack-8 suited, ace-queen suited, definitely a very strong hand. And I will definitely raise this. Let him know I mean business. This guy's coming off of a big loss pot, and looks like I can commit him pre-flop. Pretty decent flop. Not too bad, not too good. And we pop that and take that pot. Very nice, very nice. This hand is playable. Depends on the action in front. I will definitely call. And check with the pair of 7s and a backdoor flush draw. I will still check again. I will just fold here. You know, the reason for me folding is because, for one, I have to hit the flush, and for 2, my 10 high flush has to be good in order for me to justify moving forward in that pot. Pot wasn't big enough for me to make that call. And also I would think that maybe even a 7 might win me that. I wouldn't really think that 2 pair would win me that going on that river. Okay, we have a limper, so I'm on the button in position. I will call. Fold that flop. person at the table. I think that that's worthy of a pot bet, so I will do just that. A pretty good flop. Flopped a king with a flush draw and a gut shot straight draw for the nuts. So I will bet $6 and I will call him if he pushes all in. And he has nothing. And I win the pot. He just had that. He had the 10 jack or queen for the straight, but I just turned the flush. It was drawn dead. So that was very nice. And we'll pot that again. Against my buddy here in the big line. 5s and 8s. Interesting flop. I can see a check or a bet here. Either one being okay. And then I'm opting to just play it nice and easy. And just fold to his bet. Another very nice hand. 10-6 of clubs. Ace king of spades. Ooh. Alright, if I am going to play this, do I just call or do I commit and make it heads up? That's the question. I'm going to make it heads up here. He only has... Wow, that is not what I expected there. So we have a big pot. And I flop the ace. And I beat the guy in the side. Beat them both. I know I beat the guy in the side pot. That's all I was really paying attention to. That was a really good flop for me, especially for winning that side. He was just drawn so slim after that flop. Alright, that bet was meant to make it just heads up with him because he only had like 475 after his raise. But I did that and got him to commit with a decent hand, but not a good hand against my hand. I got him to commit his whole stack. Almost, not quite almost drawing dead. It's kind of hard to do that in Omaha, but drawing very slim after the flop and drawing dead going into the river. So that was a very, very good outcome of that hand. I like the way I played it. You know my reasoning for playing it that way. And, you know, just well played and great outcome. You know? Beautiful. Great start to this poker session. My reasoning for betting this river is because I don't think he has an ace. You know, I'd like to get a king 10 or a queen 10 out of this. Okay. So I will fold. Maybe just had an ace 3. He wasn't betting that flop, but he's calling the turn since he hit 2 pair. And just a raw ace. So it's me heads up. Pocket 5s, 5-7. This guy's playing pretty aggressive so far. Yeah, so I'll just fold that. Normally I'll call, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling it. So we'll just move on to the next hand. So I expect him to raise, yep. And so I'm going to re-raise. And flop not so good, but I guess the right continuation bet. Interesting. A lot of times he is bluffing here, but the issue, I probably should have checked that, because the issue is, you know, he's going to dump with like an open-ender there. He's going to dump very light because he doesn't think I have the 5 most times in that spot. So, you know, I just had to fold. And knowing that he's, or at least from the few hands that I've seen, he's just played very, very aggressively. I would have liked to check more on that flop there because I did whip it completely. I was like, I had no hand, no draw. Okay, missed the turn, so I will check. Pretty poor turn. Drop the straight draw for the 2-5. I will call this because he could potentially be on the 5-6 and still miss. And I get to hit a boat here with the king or 3. So I will check once more. Hope he does the same. Okay, you turn 2 pair with the flush draw. Whoops, that was meant to be a call. Okay, flopped top pair with the flush draw. Very glad that they both checked. Oh, that was the best turn I could have seen. That gives me the nuts. And I will draw a small raise here. Okay, got him to flip that, nice. And I'm looking for value here. I think that I can get this much out of him. Yeah, I don't think he would call pot bet really, so very nice. Very, very nice. A nice hand. I'll just min bet, keep the pot relatively small. See some flops here. This coffee is delicious. Very strong. It's got a nice bitter sweetness to it. So I will check, and not really gonna be doing much this hand. So the river dropped the straights and the flushes, so I'm not gonna bet, Wow, 2 people just mucked to my pair of 7s there. That's pretty absurd on that board, but yeah. Alright, so we have a limp. Make him pay a little bit, mid position. So I'm going to make him pay a little bit more to see this flop. And I'm going to continue with my hand. Just because I almost basically forfeit it if I did check there. I do like that he checked. I'm going to continue to show strength. And bet out as if I have the 8-9. Which in all actuality I had absolutely nothing. And the reason for that bet there is because he just called me. You'd think if he had the straight, he would raise on that flop. And on top of that, there are a lot of hands that he's going to call, like better straight draws and little dinky flush draws that he's going to fold to a pot bet on the turn there. That's why I bet big on that turn. Just because in his mind I flopped the nuts. Either that or I had like a set and a flush draw. Something I was willing to put. Something I would be willing to call off the rest of the stack with. $20. $20. I had 5 already invested. Let's see, there's 34. Let's see, there's 35, 45, 53 already in there. You know what? Fuck it. Let's gamble one time. Ooh, thought the gut shot with the flush draw.